this isn't going to have a happy ending.
Director David Fincher brings us two detectives who are on the pursuit of a serial killer who actually patterns his murders based on the 7 deadly sins. Could you imagine Denzel Washington playing Detective Somerset instead of Morgan Freeman? It almost happened. In fact, Denzel Washington actually read the script but passed on the movie, and it's actually one of the things that he regrets doing. I think that by the time the movie was put together and made, I believe that the studio ended up making the right call.
This thing's got gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, pride, lust.
Trent Reznor was the person who was actually responsible for the soundtrack of the film. He's actually the lead singer and bandmate of 9 Inch Nails. This film, especially at the beginning of the movie, actually has like a really interesting tone that leaves a thumbprint in your mind so that you never forget it. Throughout the movie, you experience a dark, sinister, and gothic feel. When I first seen 7, I was actually a teenager, and during that time, they actually had this thing called pay-per-view. This was actually before there were streaming services. What this is that it was a type of rental service where you could rent a movie for like at least 24 hours. So that means that if this movie would have been playing in the middle, you could go ahead and watch it, and then when it's done, you can go ahead and rewatch it. And you actually had it for up to 24 hours.
Well, you've got a winner.
Finally, I would say that the reason why that this film works so well is because of the chemistry between Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman plays Detective Somerset, who is coming up on retirement, and he's not sure if he wants to retire or actually continue cases, which is the reason why he actually decides to stay on this case of the 7 deadly sins and accompany Brad Pitt, who again isn't an amateur, has been in the field, but he is new to the department. And so I believe that is why this film just works out the way that it does. And of course, you have the other supporting cast members such as Gwyneth Paltrow, you have Kevin Spacey, and there's other individuals who are also in this movie as well.
You're kidding me.
Call the print lab.
This is actually the first time that this film has featured a IMAX experience. That's why I mentioned that the movie was only going to have a limited engagement, which meant that it was only going to be in IMAX for a small period of time. And just like Nosferatu, I got a chance to see both films in IMAX. I think that it's wonderful because it's part of an anniversary with it being out for so long. I think that there's a lot of folks who have grown up seeing the film. There are people that have never seen this movie before, and it just really introduces things as far as the older generation and the newer generation. And I think that this movie is such a classic.
California, stay away from here. Stay away from here now. Don't come in here.